Tom Hauser here with another midweek blessing. Hey, I just have a follow-up thought from our Sunday sermon this past Sunday at church. Jacob Martin did the message, and the idea of the message was to pay attention to who you're following, which leaders you are taking the time and the energy to follow, those you are investing in to follow. One of the suggestions he had was follow leaders who are listening to voices that are different than their own. And I guess I just want to expand that. It's a great thought. I want to expand it to not only should you follow people like that, you should be a person like that. It's good for us to be people who talk to people, interact with people, are friends with people who are not like us, don't think like us, don't look like us. And I know that can be a little disturbing, a little scary. I think we can sometimes make the mistake of thinking if we spend time with people we don't agree with, that we might change our mind, which isn't always a bad thing, by the way, that we might be thought of as agreeing with them when we may not actually be agreeing with them. We just are spending time with them. We might be afraid that they have another agenda that they're pursuing and that they're doing some kind of covert op with us, which is certainly possible. But I think the dangers, which are legitimate, are not as great as the danger of staying in an echo chamber where you only hear from and listen to voices that are like your own, that only reinforce what you already know and believe. So I want to read a passage to you from 1 Thessalonians, near the end of 1 Thessalonians. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting in verse 14. And we urge you, brothers and sisters, admonish the undisciplined, comfort the discouraged, help the weak, be patient towards all. See that no one pays back evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good for one another and for all. Always rejoice, constantly pray, in everything give thanks, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. I think the sentiment, the idea of this passage, the end of this letter, is that we ought to learn people, be students of people, so that we know what they need. So that we know whether they need admonished, whether they need comforted, whether they need helped, that we should be patient with everyone, that we should bear with one another, that we should be out for people's good at all times, that we should never repay evil with more evil, that we should be thankful and be constantly in prayer. And my thought for you is that if we do these things, if we have this kind of attitude, we can very safely and very effectively and genuinely meet and talk and be friends with people that we do not agree with. And so here's my encouragement for you this week. It is to read this passage a couple of times and then make a phone call to someone that you don't see eye to eye on things. You know that the way they think about life, their life experience, their theology, their whatever, it's just different than yours. It may be disturbing to you, it may be repulsive to you, maybe all kinds of things to you. But I'd suggest that you pray these verses, you read these verses and pray over these verses. Make a phone call, see if you can get together with them for lunch or for coffee with no other agenda than to just hear their story, to ask them questions, to seek to understand who they are, what their experience has been like. The whole time you're listening, you can be praying silently to yourself that the Lord will give you ears to hear and eyes to see this other human being across the table from you. I just want to suggest that it would be beneficial to the kingdom of God if the ambassadors of Christ, Christ followers, Christians, would reach out into the world and have conversations with other people that we don't agree with, people that we don't understand, and just seek to understand them a little bit better. I hope you take me up on this. I hope it's an encouragement to you. I know it'll be encouragement to the other person. If we simply listen to people's stories, ask them questions, don't try to change their mind, don't try to argue with them, just seek to understand them. Read this passage, pray over it, call that person. Till next time, peace, friends.